I always love that shot of Samus coming out of the gunship. Well, what's going on, guys? My name is Matt Omega, and welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Prime. In the last episode, we got to the next area of the game, my favorite area of the game, Phendrana Drifts. We weren't there for very long, though, because we came back here to Talon Overworld to finally go up and check out the impact crater up there, where we found our prime objective for the game. Oh, prime objective, get it, because it's Metroid Prime. Anyway, yes, we are now tasked with finding, if I can just go into my logbook here, 12 of these Chozo artifacts in order to unlock a seal in the impact crater, which will allow us to travel down to the meteor that started spreading this great poison that Chozo talked about. So maybe we can do that. Maybe we might be able to do something about it. So, in this episode, we're going to be starting off by going back through Magmoor Caverns to Phendrana Drifts. But first, there's another door here in this starting area of the Talon Overworld that I never checked out yet. So, let's do that. Now, we couldn't really explore this area fully when we were first here because, as we'll see at the end here, by the way, I love the shot of the morph ball going through, there is a blast shield over this door. And in here, this looks like trouble. Oi! Maybe I can kill one of them. Come on, get him, get him, get him! Hey, I did it! Alright, we'll be seeing more of those guys later, but look at this. Ow! Bad touch. What's this? This crate appears to be the same type of container found on the Space Pirate research frigate. Material seeping out the material seeping out from the ruptured metal is highly toxic. Analysis indicates that this may be the phazon compound the Space Pirates were using in their biological experiments. So, we finally have a lead on what exactly this phazon might be. It seems to be this very radioactive substance that hurts us when we touch it. Now, we can't really go on anymore this way because that's water. We don't do good in water. But check all that out. Big wreckage. That right there is, we'll be back for that later. But let's go the way we're actually supposed to go. Alright, so back out by the gunship, so next, we want to start going up the way we first went. You know, out by where we first encountered the beetles and all that. Into this place, which originally took us over to the Chozo Ruins. There's even the half pipe there. This time we want to go up. Freaking... These are the zoomers, aren't they? And that's the Gema. Head on up this way. There's another door that we haven't gone through yet. So let's do just that. In here, we'll already encounter another new type of creature. It's not what I was trying to scan, but okay. This is a blood flower, able to eject toxic spores. Toxins are poisonous even to the blood flower itself. How the hell does that work? 3 mouth nodules protrude from the stalk beneath the flower, each with a rudimentary brain cluster and the ability to spew toxic fumes at anything within a 5-meter radius. The spores ejected from the stigma at the center of the flower are sufficient to kill this creature if they explode in its vicinity. So this is how we're going to beat this thing. We're going to wait for it to shoot one of its things, shoot it, and yeah, takes care of itself. That is that's really flawed genetic design right there. Yeah, as we'll be able to see if we tried to come through this place earlier. Blast shield. Look at this room. It's huge. This is the root cave. Obviously, we're climbing on roots. Very inspired. And I'm not going to deal with any of you guys. I'm just going to go through this door down here. This little bridge here. If you listen closely, there's that familiar item humming. If we go down under here, get ourselves another missile expansion. Very nice. So this is pretty much the alternate method of getting to the Magmoor Caverns I was talking about earlier, straight from the Talon Overworld itself. So now we don't have to go back through the Chozo Ruins to go down the Magmoor Caverns. This, of course, will take us down to another area of the place that I don't think we've been yet. No, we wouldn't have been yet. And just to show, checking the map. Well, actually, Oh, so we've been over there before. Nope, just keep looking. What's over this way? Magnetic rails. So, yeah, not going that way yet. Over this way. Got a little morph ball track for us up here. And a Magmor just waiting to feast on us. It's very nice. Great placement of that guy. Funny thing about these flame jets. If they actually start firing while you're jumping under them, thing is they're actually considered solid. They'll push you right down to the lava. Fire doesn't normally do that. At least not last I checked. Yeah, we were actually in this room earlier, but I said we couldn't really get through until we had the grapple hook. Unless we're just, you know, tank the damage through, but I didn't feel like doing that. But now they're on the other side, so we... Oh. Oh, oh, oh. There we go. Missile ammunition for 10 rounds of ammo. So we finally have scanned all of the life pickups and all the missile pickups. But from this side, we can better get in here toward this morph ball section here. Now, be very careful going along this little catwalk here, because we can indeed fall off. At the end, we are rewarded with a missile expansion. That is not how I wanted that to end, but whatever. And from here, as you may recall from the first time that I came through this area, will lead us right back into that large room that initially took us to Phendrana Drifts. See? This one here. So, you know guys, I'll spare you guys the backtracking for the time being, and I'll meet you guys back at the entrance of Phendrana Drifts. Alright, back at here on the Phendrana shoreline, where the beautiful music kicks back in. I can't tell you guys enough just how much I love this song. It's just so calming and so beautiful and so pretty much everything else I'd say about, you know, damn near any other song I really gush about. Damn it. Alright, so we now have the space jump boots. We still don't have a way of getting through that purple door up there yet, if we tried. I mean, I could go there and show you that, indeed, we can't go through that door yet, but I won't waste your time. Instead, we're going to be going somewhere else here in this room that requires these space jump boots in the first place. Up there, toward those ruins. Well, ruin-esque area. They look like ruins. They might be ruins. I hope they're ruins. I like ruins. Ruins are great. Ruins are interesting. Remind me of Egypt. This way. So we seem to be getting a bit of a change in the music here. Christ! That thing was just going right off its chain. Yeah. I'm getting a bit of a Halo vibe from this music. You know, with the kind of choir chanting going on. Come on. This way. There we go. Now, we got a new enemy in this room as well. Gimme. These. They look a little familiar, don't they? These are ice parasites. Scavenger with crystalline outer shell. Was that crystalline or crystallite? No. Parasites are they are hardy creatures able to adapt to any environment within 3 generations. I think I was about to say they're hardly creatures, which is probably quite an insult. The ice parasites is a prime example. Having adjusted to a frigid climate, this vermin now thrives in it. Omnivorous, it can exist in areas hostile to most life forms. Still pretty easy to deal with, they just don't take one shot like the normal parasites did back on the frigate. So I'll pretty much just be climbing this room. Ow. Frickin'. We weren't even up on the ledge yet. Hitboxes, am I right? Yeah. Good old double jump. Actually, good old double jump. I'll just skip this gap entirely. So what have we over here? Some kind of statue. I haven't seen this kind of gate before. Let's see. Statue depicting the bust of a Chozo shaman adorns this door. The symbol is carved into his forehead. The translation reads, to pass my gaze, seek my twin within this room. Something that looks like that then. Looks like over here. Statue depicting the bust of a Chozo architect. Statue is flawless. You don't say. Statue depicting a bust of a Chozo shaman. There we go. Several stress fractures can be seen running along the surface of this brimstone object. Well, let's shoot it then. Hey. So maybe this will open up the door. Wait, get in there. There we go. Open says me. Head on through. Probably should not have gotten out of morph ball there. Ah. So, there are 2 bombs here to break this, and we need to break the supporting parts of these pillars. They look a little like totem poles if you ask me, but that's probably just because of how they're segmented like that. Damn it, didn't make it back up in time. Head on through this door and... Cool. Huh, this looks kind of familiar. A big arena-like room with an obvious power-up at the end, which seems to be completely unguarded, meaning it's perfectly safe. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Game, why do you keep doing this to me? This is cruel. Alright, so now we've got a bunch of little she-goths to deal with. Come on. Come on, spin around for me. Or stay still, that works too. And then given that there's 4 corners that we can see open up, we obviously do have to deal with 4 of these baby she-goths. Gonna attack me? Wow, that was pretty much perfect timing on your spin there, buddy. Oh, I'm actually kind of impressed. Yep. Go. Last one. Surely there'll be nothing else after this, given our experiences with this kind of room before. I'm absolutely certain. I'm really just failing in my English today, aren't I? Alright, where's that upgrade? Of fucking course. This thing looks pretty mean. This is an adult she-goth, supreme predator of the Phendrana drifts. She-goths are invulnerable to most beam weapons. The crystals on their back absorb energy, which they can fire at prey. She-goths have poor stamina. They hyperventilate after using their breath attack, making the mouth area vulnerable. The soft underbelly of a she-goth is susceptible to concussive blasts. In battle, they expel blasts of frigid gas to ensnare their targets. They're also fond of ramming and trampling their hapless prey. So, basically, we can't use our power beam because it'll just absorb the shots and shoot them back at us later. So what we need to do is to pump it full of missiles when it starts hyperventilating. Like so. Luckily, it'll do so whenever there's a breath attack, so it's pretty well, what's the word I'm looking for? It's pretty obvious to when you can actually do it, and it's giving me some pretty good behavior here, just... Or not. I spoke too soon. Yeah, it will also try to ram you, as our logbook also just said. Come on, buddy. There we go. Yeah, if you want to make this fight a lot easier and a lot faster, keep in mind that thing I told you about before that allows you to pretty much mash the missiles. Which is pretty much to fire and then press the regular fire button to go back to your power beam really quickly because, yeah. So in my case, pressing down will shoot a missile, but then pressing B for me will get the power beam ready as normal again so I can start firing it again. Because that animation is so quick, you can pretty much just mash missiles like that. very helpful for not only this, but it's also with the Parasite Queen at the start of the game. Anyway. We now have the Wave Beam. Another thing that's very new that we didn't have at the start of the game. We're pretty much just going into everything from this point is new, except for when we eventually get the grapple hook back. If we get the grapple hook back. We're probably getting the grapple hook back. Anyway. So earlier on, we'd always have to hold down minus to switch visors. And now that we have another beam type, we hold down plus, and now we can switch beam types. In the middle there is our power beam. Up top, Wave Beam. Now, the Wave Beam is pretty cool. Now, it doesn't completely go through walls like it did in the 2D games, but rather, what's special about it is that it's electric based, so this will deal electrical damage. Its shots are also somewhat weaker than I think they're weaker than the Power Beam, or if not weaker, then just the downside is that the shots are slower. However, if you're locked onto an enemy, the shots will home in on them, which is really cool. So, I really like the Wave Beam for that. And as I've just shown there, now that we have the Wave Beam, we can now go through those purple doors, meaning we can now explore more Phendrana drifts. Yay! Oh, and now that we have an electrical weapon, we can now deal with these things. Yeah, so just to show off the homing properties, I don't even need to show off the homing properties because my free aim's turned off. Oh. I will actually do that just to show what it would be like if you have your free aim still turned on. It's like so I'll be locked on here and I can still move my cursor, which way. And yeah, see? I can aim it whichever way I want and it'll still home in on it. So, very cool. So now I'm going to immediately go and turn that back off just to make things easy for me. Let's head on out. Getting around these things is going to be a hell of a lot easier from now, since we have this thing. Wave Beam is really cool. I love this weapon. Alright, let's back out this way. We'll head up these cliffs again. But now that we have our space jump boots, we can double jump up to this and give ourselves a nice little shortcut back up to the top here. Now that we have a different kind of beam weapon here, something I do need to show here is that the spamming missile strategy only works with the power beam, because if I shoot a missile then try to switch back to the wave beam, see, the animation's longer. Unlike the power beam, where the animation is really quick. Because, the power beam is just simple. It's like that. But the wave beam, it opens up like that. And whenever you shoot the missile and then shoot again, it'll convert back to normal and then switch to the wave beam. Meaning that it's not as spammable. See, haven't been able to shoot missile during that whole animation. So yeah. You can go, and you can go, and you can go. That is quite satisfying. Oh, I need to charge that up. Anyway. Now we want to start heading up to that purple door, and we can now that we have the space jump boots. I was trying not to get hit by that thing. Now, so you can have something we can target there. Want to make a note. Scan this thing now. We'll see more of these things later on, but the amount of these things that there are finite. This is potentially missable. What exactly is this that's so important that it's finite? It's a freaking stalactite. This hanging rock structure appears to have a weak spot near its base. Some stalactites can be dislodged from ceilings, allowing them to be used as platforms across otherwise unreachable areas. This does go in the logbook, so be careful of that. And we can't scan them once we knock them down. So, again, something potentially missable, be very careful of it. Now we knocked it down, we can come into this little alcove here. And up here. Now look at that. Shriek bats. Scan these things now. Ice shriek bats. Ice encased ceiling dweller. Like standard shriek bats, these creatures are easily spotted with thermal imaging. They roost on cave ceilings, subsisting on insects, reptiles, and small mammals. Fiercely territorial, they will dive bomb anything that wanders near. There was a problem with the ice shriek bats in the first version of Metroid Prime, again the original NTSC release, in which you could see the ice shriek bats here, but after we're done with the major first part of this area, you'll never see them again. They won't respawn in any other area of the game. This was supposedly fixed in the Japanese and PAL releases of the game, and the trilogy version is, if I recall correctly, based on the PAL release, or it could be the Japanese one. Either of the two. Both of them are more stable and have more fixes. But the thing is, even here, I don't think it's fixed. After this room, I've never seen the ice shriek bats again. So, do it now. I missed one. I actually missed one. God damn it. Oh yeah, now we got... Oh, not now. I think those have always been there. But I'm not gonna bother with the little she-goss on the ground there. I can finally go through this door. Hey look, scarabs. Die. Yeah. But we can definitely see the very difference in fire rate here. Like, I'm mashing the ever-living fuck out of B at the moment, and I'm just pretty much going like a machine gun. Mash the shit out of the wave beam here, and that's the fastest it'll fire. Again, just as powerful, if not a little bit weaker, but also, we've got that nice homing property. Also, a fully charged wave beam shot can stun enemies, like larger enemies. I'll be showing that off in greater effect a little bit later on when we have enemies that we can properly use it on. Oh, hello. We seem to have some stuff going on in here. Now this thing. This is another thing we can scan for our logbook. This is a spinner device. The generator belts of the spinner can be activated by rapid rotational force. Use the boost ability of the morph ball when inside a spinner to activate the device. Alright, we'll do just that. We'll hop in, charge it a boost, and go ahead. You need to do this 3 times to fully activate it. And we open those. Ah, there's that music again. It's time for a physical challenge! I just like saying that whenever I hear this music going, because, you know, it's the puzzle room theme. But it's just, you know, these puzzles normally require you to do, like, stuff like this. It's like, you know, it's time for a physical challenge. Now we've unlocked both of those. We've activated a morph ball slot a little bit higher up. So let's try climbing up to that. Jump on in, lay a bomb. And that will release some water for us. So that'll start filling up the room, taking some of these platforms with them. Allowing us to cross over and get to some higher areas. Now, take note of this right here. Little spot for the morph ball. And here, energy tank. Now there's this little hole here. This will take you right back down to the bottom, and it's the way the game wants you to go after coming in here. But you can actually come back up here, but you need to be very careful because the platform is pretty small and you can easily roll off. Now the water's back down and it looks like there's nowhere for us to go, but double jump, we can... Of course I just did that. Alright, so pretty much the game wants you to pretty much just jump from that platform to that platform when you're going through normally, right? With the double jump, we can get up here. Just watch out for the, what are they called again? Flicker bats. If we do that, we can easily make the double jump over to this platform and Unless you fuck it up like I just did, which, well, I guess can be kind of easy. You can essentially just go in, come back out, and get all this in one shot without having to refill the water again. Alright, so we have a door over there. Another one over here, which doesn't seem to be working. This door has no power. A nearby power conduit must be energized for it to open. A blast of electrical energy will energize the conduit. The conduit radiates some heat that is invisible in the normal spectrum. Well, we can't see stuff like that just yet. And there's another door over here. That door is a save room, which I highly recommend you make use of right now. That way is going to be our destination for next time, and whew, are we up for some stuff? So I'm going to take a save, and next time on Let's Play Metroid Prime, we're going to be going through that door and deeper into the Phendrana drifts. Well, somewhere that's technically part of the Phendrana drifts anyway. As always, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, my name's Matt Omega, and I'll see you guys later.